Hey board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo here, back on the breakfast. This time taking a look at Bonsai from DVG Games. Kind of an abstract game? Let's find out. I've got it set up for 2 players, so let's get right to it. This is cards and tiles, and you're trying to score points with the way your bonsai tree comes out. This game is easy to teach because there's only 2 things you can do in your turn. You're either going to meditate, which means grabbing some cards off this, grabbing a card off this display. The cards do different things. If you grab a card as it slides out for each round, you're going to get tiles also in addition to whatever the card says. The other thing you can do is cultivate, and that's taking those tiles that you grab, that you draft, and you put them into your bonsai tree. So let's look at the cards back in the meditate action. The first card that we have on the board here is one of the master cards, and this shows you that this one will allow you to grab any tile you want in addition to any of the tiles that are underneath. So it's kind of a one-time use card. The same one applies here. This is the helper card, and this card is going to let you place tiles. So it kind of breaks that rule about placing and taking tiles, because in this case you could actually place tiles and also take in the same turn. The other 2 cards are end of the game scoring here. This particular one is a parchment card worth 2 points for every fruit tree you have in your that you have in your bonsai, and this one increases your engine building. There's 2 parts to the engine. Number 1, you're limited to 5 resources at the start, and what I mean by resources are these tiles. You're limited to 5 to start, but these cards like this, these tool cards, will allow you to increase that capacity by 2 for every one that you play. These cards here, they allow you to increase the amount of tiles you can place out. When you start, you can only place 3 tiles. You can place any type of tile, a wood tile, or a leaf tile. These cards will allow you to build up that engine and actually put out more and more each turn. Helps you get your tree built faster and score points. And building your tree out faster is important because it's a race game to the goals that are here. On this side, we have 3 sets of goals, again, set up for 2 players, so there's only 2 tiles. Normally there's more than that. And there's a couple other sets of tiles in the box with different goals. I'll put some easy ones for us. It's the first person to put 8 wooden tiles on their tree could get 5 points. The next goal is 12, and you'll get 15 points. But here's the catch. If you have access to the first smaller point tile and you pass it up, you can't go back and later on get it. So you got to make that juicy, crunchy decision about, do I take this one or do I shoot for the moon and try to get the bigger one? The other one is fruit here, and there's one for all the different tiles. And this one is kind of a unique one. It is looking for the first person to build the bonsai past this little crack in the vase, in this little pot. So the first person to do that can get 7. But if they want to, if they can build one to the outside either side and then one below the bonsai tree, if they can put tiles below the bonsai pot, you could go for the big one. So again, that crunchy decision about which one you want to go for. Let's take a look at the tiles real quick. The tiles are these little hexagon type 6-sided tiles, and you've got leaf tiles. These are worth no points at the end of the game in your tree. You've got wood tiles. These are all worth 3 points each at the end of the game in your tree. And then these flower and fruit tiles are the tricky ones. The flower tiles are looking for openings. See how it's got that green thing there? That's going to match up to one of your green leaves. And then at the end of the game, you'll score points for every open side. So in this particular case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. By trying to separate these out, I can actually get higher points. So I want to be careful and try to do that. The fruit tiles are even trickier. I have one set up here. They can only go in between 2 leaves that connect to that part of the fruit, just like that. And that scores you 7 points at the end. Whereas the flowers are looking for the openings, the fruit trees just get you 7 points at the end. The caveat there is you can't put them next to each other. There's got to be space in between. So it gets really tricky trying to put those leaves out so that way you can leave the little V parts to put the fruit in there. So the players will keep drafting cards or playing tiles or the combination depending on what kind of cards you pick. And then when that last card is shown, we'll score up the points and see who has the best bonsai tree. All right, that's Bonsai from DVG Games. Like I promised you, it's abstract, it's puzzly, but it's got a little bit of interaction. And what stands out for me is the way your bonsai tree looks at the end of the game. That's different from other abstract games. Solid game. I liked it. Until next time, laissez les bon temps rouler.